GunninGamerz here. We've got another great video for you today in pilot log number 8. I've gone ahead already and done my pre-flight checklist. I want to keep this video a little bit shorter and sweeter than in the past, and I'm going to skip through all the air hauler. Today we got a special little flight. We're actually sitting here in Palmer, Alaska. We finally made it up to Alaska. If you've been watching us on our Twitch live streams, you would see that we took about, I think, a couple weeks or a month in order to get our Comanches up here. I've got King Brexit sitting in his Comanche next to me. We're in the A2A Comanche, of course. We're going to be flying today all the way up to Deadhorse, Alaska, which is right up in the Arctic Circle, right at the end of the Dalton Highway. If you watch any of the Ice Road Truckers, that's where we're going to be going. Now, Palmer, Alaska is not too far north of Anchorage, so we're basically flying from the very south to the very north of Alaska today. So we're just going to wait a minute here for our temperatures and our plane to warm up. We're going to be flying the Deadhorse because I want to open a base up there in Air Hauler to kind of create a stream of jobs between here and the other side of Alaska, so that we have kind of a little supply chain to run of different jobs and missions and things like that. Okay, so I've got the flight plan punched in for the day. I'm not going to be using the ATC in sim. We're going to be flying along our own flight plan here. Obviously it is not VFR conditions, but we're going to be getting up above these clouds. The ceilings are at like 6,000 feet, so we'll be well over that. That's one thing about Alaska that I've noticed, is there is so much rain here, but the ceilings are very low, and it's pretty easy to climb through it and get up and over it so that you're not having to fly through it. Icing is a huge problem here though. I have never had so many issues with icing. Luckily not on the wingtips, it's all been in the carb, and I'm guessing right now I probably have some icing going on already. So I'm going to pull this back to 50%. Actually, I'm going to pull this all the way back on the ground. And before takeoff, we're going to shove that in so we get all the power needed. Yeah, see. Oh, I haven't gotten too much icing there. We did rev up. Usually on my taxi out, it gets pretty bad. So we'll minimize that. Here, we're going to go ahead and test our brakes here on our initial roll. Brakes are working. We are ready to get this thing in the air. We're going to be going out on runway 34. I forgot to announce my taxi here. Alright, we got our taxi announced. Our brakes are checked. We're ready to roll forward here. I pulled my carb heat back to 100 because we've had a lot of issues with that. A lot of carb icing. Runway 34, I think I want to go out right here, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to turn, we're right where we need to be here. There's not much wind today. It's pretty much coming right out of the north. I can tell that I've got a little bit of fouling in my plugs here, so I'm going to try to run as lean as I can and get that cleared out. I am flying empty with no cargo other than myself at 190 pounds, but I am flying full fuel. That's tip tanks and all, which I've got more than enough fuel, but I started thinking in case if we, want to push it a little bit harder, if we decide to do any extra flying around. We're going to be getting pretty close to Mount McKinley today, so I wouldn't mind to catch that. Now, Mount McKinley is 20,300 feet high, so we couldn't even climb over it with this Comanche, which tops out around 18, but you'd end up blacking out from lack of oxygen because there is no way in this aircraft to give yourself some oxygen. I wish we had a little tank or something in the back there, but we don't. So pull up right here, and even though this is a simulator, I'm going to do the right thing. Since I've got another aircraft behind me, I'm going to turn out like that, and we'll do our little run-up test. Alright, we're going to get up to 2,000 RPM, and we're going to test the prop for a second. That way maybe those plugs kind of clear up. Extra few minutes of running hard here. Oh, and I do have carb heat out. Let's just... Yep. That's obviously working. I'm going to leave that out for a minute here. Should drop about 150. Yep, that's left. Now we'll test right. there's a little bit more fluctuation there. Left again. Let's shove the carb heat in here and see if we can. Right again. Yeah, we've got a little bit of fouling on that side. We'll let it run for a second here. Let's check it again. Left is good. Right. Alright, that's much better. That needle right there needs to be not bobbing up and down like that. So now we know we're good. We'll flip back to both. Mixer's going forward. And let's see, carb heat is all the way in. We're going to go ahead and take off here. Throwing on my strobe light so we can roll out. Alright, Brexit, how you doing?
Alright, yep.
I'm going to go ahead and roll out here. This is going to be pretty exciting getting up through these clouds.
Oh, look at them clouds. Yeah, altimeter 2982.
Yep, that's what I've got set for.
Yep.
Alright, I'm worried about that icing. I usually will get it right after takeoff, so I'm throttle forward. Checking flaps again, everything is set where I want it. Trimmed out. Oh, fuel pump on. Alright, should be able to rotate. There we go. Nice gentle little lift off there. And we're good. Full pressure again, everything's looking swell. I'm going to go ahead and put that landing gear up. Oh, it's the best feeling in the world when you take off with this thing. And you can already hear the power dying here. Listen to it. Just cutting. And we're going to pull that back to 100, so that's going to cut our power a little bit, but the icing is just insane. And I've got the pitot heat off, so if I lose that, then we're really going to know something's up. Alright, I'm going to go 50%.
On the on your
carb heat.
On the carb heat, alright.
Yeah. Pull the RPMs back to 2400. And throttles are still forward. Lean out just a little smidget, not too much yet. Need to get up over 3,000 before we start pulling that back. Feels like we're hard into the wind today.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
Yep.
Doesn't it feel like we're making a lot of... It's not that windy though. Oh, the thing is climbing really good though.
Oh, it is, yes.
We're at 1,000. I mean, it's just perfect.
You're going around the clouds, are you?
Yeah, we'll go up to, let's see, today we'll fly up there at, fly up at 11.5. You know, I never turned on put my headphones in.
Oh.
Take some of that noise out there a little bit. I knew something sounded a little bit off. Alright, and the other thing I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to flip over to my tip tanks. I want to get the fuel out of them.
Come up to 6,000. Oh, for that scenery. Oh.
Yeah, there's a little... I don't know what they call that region behind us where all those cities are. Wasilla, Alaska is over there. Anchorage is down over there. Palmer. All these cities, and there's probably 100 little airstrips in here.
Oh, a bit clouds.
You must be climbing higher than I have so far. Wow, look at that scenery. That is great. It's always raining here, though. That's the only thing that bothers me, is always raining. Cannot catch a break. I'm about to get in the clouds. What are you at right now? I'm at 6,000.
I'm at 7,000. Cause I'm in the clouds. I'm climbing quite heavily now. Cause I know there's nice mountains in front of us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just hit clouds at 6.3. That's what's nice about using active sky.
Yes.
You get the same weather.
Oh, got a traffic alert. It's you.
Yeah, we got aircraft collision off, so we still should try, but kind of fun flying close to your buddies. Just hoping we don't get icing. We're at yeah, right about freezing right now. Oh, this is bad. Oh man, ceilings are at 6,000. We should break through them here. Hopefully, they don't go up too. I got a little whiff of some blue sky up there a second ago. I'm gonna kind of climb a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit stressful knowing that, you know, there are some mountain peaks that are up to like 6,000. I know we're already clear over them, but man.
Yep, my manifold pressure's dropping, so I'm just putting my carby on a little bit more.
Yeah, I gotta lean out a little bit. I'm at 50% on my mixture. Catching a little bit of blue sky above. Just a little hints. It's like, oh man, nothing like going through this crap when you know there's mountains down there. When we get up here, I want to get through because we should see Mount McKinley sticking way up in the sky.
Hey, I'm at 10, nearly 10.5 and I'm still in the clouds. I got
Really?
straight back in again, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, let's have a glimpse of blue.
I'm just coming up to 10 right now.
I'm seeing glimpses of blue. Oh. Oh, this is beautiful, Brendan.
Yeah, come on, I'm trying. I'm at 10,000 right now.
M5, you'll break through it. Oh, my manifold pressure. Damn. Pull that right out.
We get up above this moisture, we should be able to turn that carb heat off. Get out of these stinking clouds. At least looks like I'm out of the rain. It's a lot colder up here too. Oh, finally I'm catching little glimpses. 10.3. It's just barely breaking. 10.5, I'm still in it. And just poking. Only got another 1,000 feet to go. I'm still catching tons of clouds. Sitting at 11.5. You can hear the wind on the fuselage picking up as I'm starting to gain some speed again. Can trim down just a touch now that we're gaining. Pretty much got the thing trimmed out where we need it.
Yeah. Bring this mixture out to 50%.
Should be able to pull back to about 30 now. Easy run around 14.
What, bring the mixture out to 30?
No, mine's at about 45, I think. I just cut it to where it's at 14 gallons a minute. It's usually at this altitude where I find it runs pretty good. There we go, altitude hold is on, got her all trimmed out. Might beep at us a little bit, but should hold pretty good. We're flying along at 150, right where I want to be. I am surprised we don't see Mount McKinley yet. Probably a little ways off.
Probably went into it.
You're gonna fly right into it? Yeah, we get up to this waypoint here. So Mount McKinley is right here, and the 20,000 foot peak is right there, right in front of us actually. I'm surprised again we don't see it. We'll be getting a little bit close to it. One day we gotta do a flight, just a fun flight going around it.
Oh yeah.
We're almost ready to turn here.
Yep.
At our waypoint. This flight is estimated to take about 3.5 hours. Nice little long flight. Just what I wanted to do today.
Yep, we've been dying to do this for days now, isn't it?
Oh, quite some time. Haven't really taken some of these long flights for a while.
And this is the flight we was going to do last week.
On the live stream, yep. I think if we get a base going up there, it'll be a lot of fun because it's going to generate a lot of loads going up, you know, from here to there, and eventually at some point with the bigger aircraft like the PMDG DC-6 and the A2A Connie, we'll be flying some big loads, you know, up there. I'd like to get a PAX route because that's something that is very common. The guys that work up there, a lot of them, you know, they fly in up there. They don't live up there. They go up there to work for a certain amount of time, you know, weeks or months or whatever on end, and then they fly them back. It would be really fun to do some PAX flights into there, and like I said, to also do a lot of cargo runs. Yeah, the temperature up here is 13 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's negative 11 Celsius, so...
Oh, hello.
Getting chilly.
Just got to view, mate.
Just got a nice little view of it. I think the clouds are kind of blocking it here.
You can see it. You'll see like the start up to it. Dense area. Oh, it's beautiful up here.
Yeah, we're kind of just skimming right above those clouds.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be in the clouds soon.
I'm really disappointed. I want to see Mount McKinley already. Where is it? I got my disposable camera ready. You got your Polaroid ready?
Yep.
Got your flash cubes on? Well, don't put your flash cubes on. You're gonna get a reflection off the window. There it is.
Where is
see it. I see it. Just a little. It's like a little turtle head poking out.
Left or right?
I got my 35mm film jammed. Hold on. I'm trying to take a picture. Oh man, it's out the left, you goof. I just caught a little glimpse of it. See if we can get it here in a second. We're right back in the clouds here. We just got our first turn completed. There it is. Right there you can see the little peak. It's kind of in and out. Actually surprises me how far away it is.
I can't see it just due to the fact I'm in clouds. I've gone to third person view, so I'll be able to see it when I get through these clouds.
It is pretty smooth up here today. I just rocked a little bit there, but we are just skimming the tops of these clouds. Got a nice little hole in the clouds here. You finally get a little glimpse of the scenery down there. Just beautiful. We should be coming right, or actually going right over Fairbanks. I don't know if we're going to see it or not, but that's going to be up ahead. Very nice scenery, and we've got Mount McKinley just poking right up over there. One day I'll go and take a flight over around it. Oh, we're kind of getting a good view here. Look at that thing.
Perfect view.
The highest mountain in the U.S., I believe. Yeah, there's a nice little view of it. It makes you want to take a detour and go fly around it. The peaks that are on the sides of it, they're up to like 17,000.
Yeah,
there is a spot where we could fly over it, probably in this region here. I think it was like 12,000, so I mean we barely clear it in this thing.
Yeah.
Might have to get the turboprop one day and go for a buzz over there. Whoa! I just had a little dip there. Well, that was interesting. Okay. Easy now.
You've got perfect run now, no clouds, but as far as the eye can see.
Nice. Yeah, you can really start to see that whole mountain range at Denali National Park. You know, even though this is a simulator, it's still really cool to see. There's a nice little view of it out the window. So it looks like we're going to be flying over all clouds ahead. Weather is awfully rainy today, and hopefully when we get up a little farther they'll start to dissipate. But we still got a couple of hours of our trip left. Actually it's saying here 8 minutes. to the next waypoint, but it's going to be a good couple of hours left till we get all the way up to Deadhorse. So we'll sit back and enjoy the ride. Well, we're flying over Fairbanks. Can't really see the city too well down there, but can see some houses and things like that. And Alaska's definitely starting to flatten out. We've been flying, I think, for about an hour maybe. It's been at least an hour we've been flying. We'll jump back into the aircraft, check our GPS. You can see how far we've come. We started out right down here, so it looks like we're almost, well, we're not quite halfway. We're easily a third of the way. Oh, still got a ways to go. It's gonna be a nice long flight. Well, we're several hours into our flight, and other than catching little bits and pieces of the ground, we really have been flying across one giant cloud. Luckily though, everything's been pretty good. Clouds are pretty much staying under us. There's only been a few times we've actually flown through them for just a brief moment. We're about to come up to another mountain range here, and after we get through that, it's pretty much sailing right up the Arctic here. It's probably going to be good and cold when we get landed. Up here it's nearly 0 degrees, so we're +4 Fahrenheit, -16 Celsius. Oh, are you seeing those mountains out the left window?
I'm looking at them now. Let's have a look. Oh.
There's a couple of them that are like snowy peaks, and then you got some. I'm actually surprised that some of them are grass. Obviously it's not real life, but look at the little stream down there. We're not too far off either from the Dalton Highway. Actually, you know what, the other thing I was wondering about is if the Alaska pipeline runs through here. In fact, we get up to Deadhorse, I think that's where it goes through there. We should definitely keep our eyes open and see if the simulator puts the Alaskan pipeline in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some nice little mountains. We can catch just a little glimpse. Otherwise, one giant cloud.
Literally all it is. It's a bit white. It's literally all it is.
Well, as long as you don't see too much granite out your windshield.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll start shouting Mayday. That'll be it.
These are those mountains in Ice Road Trucker that you always see them struggling up and struggling down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where the Dalton is. It doesn't show up anything here. But it's down there somewhere.
All them clouds.
Nice little mountain range.
Yeah, you get make most of it, mate, because it's just clouds after this. You can't see anything.
What a view we got coming up here. These mountains are really looking pretty from where we are. We're going to be flying right over them. I think on the other side of this range is going to be where it's going to flatten out, and it's a home stretch from there. And here we are about to be halfway over. Some of these peaks look like they're up there pretty high. Looks like about 7,000 feet almost. Oh, they're up there. We'll clear them no problem at 11.5. What a sight looking out our back window as these mountains pass. Getting a little bit of turbulence there, but not too bad. And looks like we're going to fly over another large blanket of clouds, and hopefully up ahead here it's a little bit more clear. We're probably about 30 to 45 minutes away from our destination. Alright, so we're going down to 4.5.
4.5, yeah.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes out. Should have went down a little bit ago, but been staying up to kind of skim along the tops of these clouds. Turn off my altitude hold and reduce throttle.
Ten 10,000 feet. Landing lights switched on.
Yeah, you can feel it getting dark here already, even though it's only 2:30 in the afternoon. I mean, it's not getting dark, but the sun is close to that horizon. It's probably going to be cloudy on the ground. I think that we're not supposed to have any rain down there, just a little bit of clouds.
Winds are at 240 at 19 knots, gusting to 27.
Wow.
Visibility is 10.
I've got wind at 216 at 19 knots. You said gusting?
Yep, 27. Wind at 240
Yeah.
at 19 knots with a gust 27. So 240 would be going. Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to go into right to
Select
left.
runway 22. Full stop landing, announce my position. Let's jump into our waypoint info. RNAV on 23 is what I'm getting.
Yep. RNAV at 23, exactly what I'm getting.
Mage Jeff is what we're going out to. Mage Jeff. I'm just going to punch that one in. I'm going to load that approach.
Yep.
Delete the hold on it.
Load procedure. Oh no. Waypoint info. Procedures. RNAV at what did you say?
Probably, yeah. We probably should have. I'm going out to Mage Jeff. Probably should have went out in the holding pattern, but we're gonna come in pretty tight. I'll pull up a chart here. Let's look at our chart and see what we got. So your heading you want to set to 233 so you can turn that at the right time. And they say you can be down 2,500 within 10 nautical miles. So yeah, we'll kind of be coming in doing a sharp turn there. But at Mage Jeff they want us at 1,700. So fly down to 1,700.
Yep. Okay.
It's nice when you have this aircraft or any aircraft trimmed out and you descend by using only throttle, because you'll start dropping a lot, but then your speed will pick back up again, and because you're trimmed right, it'll just work itself out and you'll end up getting into a very nice descend rate, which any real life pilot knows that, obviously. But you know, to the new desk pilots that are watching, don't use your yoke to go down, reduce your throttle, trim out. And oh, look at that, we just busted through the clouds and got, oh, what an amazing view. The frozen tundra, look at that. And there's the Arctic Ocean. Man, I cannot believe we made it all the way up here. Starting out with this aircraft in Wisconsin last year. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it is very. It is.
You come through those clouds, and that's so amazing. We are right downwind, right?
Yep. But a good approach.
Yeah, you're right about the point where you need to start thinking a little bit about turning.
I'm turning now.
Working our way down to 1,700. And to my waypoint, I'm about just shy of 3 minutes. I'm falling at 1,000 feet per minute. And I've got to drop 2,000 feet. So, I mean, it should work out just right. Nice little descend rate. And I'll be flipping over to heading here in a minute, because the autopilot on this thing is a little bit slow, and it'll take it probably way out here before it gets on track, and then it'll start zigzagging. So you do have to flip it to heading mode in this aircraft. Whereas like the Cessna, that thing is right on, isn't it?
Yep.
This is 1959 autopilot. Works good though, it's very simplistic and durable. And yeah, the airport is right off our wing over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm still working my way. Prudhoe Bay is right up ahead of us here, I think. Yeah, there's another airport up there as Prudhoe Bay. So we're kind of hooking back in the Deadhorse. Oh yeah, I see it. Right back there off the wingtip. Oh, we've got plenty of time here to figure out what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and cut in early since I saw you kind of swing out.
Yeah, quitting early.
And we're turning on heading mode. Swinging right around. And we can start pulling up here. Gotta slow down too. We're gaining some speed. Down to 1,700. Oh man, the view is unbelievable. I did not expect this. Honestly. Just all the little... I mean, it looks kind of like what you'd expect. You need to see it in the winter, which is not too far off. We're pretty close to the ground and it's just over 20 degrees here. So -4 Celsius. I've got a white and I've got a red here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start reducing back to get my gear down under 150. You can drop gear. That'll help slow us down too. We're gonna do mixer all the way forward, prop all the way forward. Alright, we're all set. We're set where we need to be.
Number 822 Juliet Hotel is on final runway 22.
I love the way that they're... So there's... I wouldn't say they're trees or like little shrubby brush things.
Oh, there's a bit of wind, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's quite windy. I'm expecting a nice little ride coming in here. I got my feet on the rudder pedals. Autopilot is off.
500.
All right.
500.
I'm gonna pull 1 degree of flaps. Oh, we got some cars in the road down there. This is awesome, man. I am totally excited about getting this base. Look at that. All the little buildings, the oil fields. Isn't this awesome, Brexit?
Yep.
I cannot believe how awesome this looks. I am sold on this airport. I've looked at this area a lot on Google, and it's just amazing how well Orbix depicted it. I'm sure the vanilla game is probably done pretty decent, or the vanilla sim.
Minimums.
I'm getting blowed all over here. I'm probably gonna have a bad... I gotta slow way down. I'm so distracted by the view. I gotta get under 100, man. I'm cruising for a bruising. Not my best.
100. 50.
Oh,
40,
I've got scenery that's...
30. 20. 10.
Oh, she is windy.
10.
Oh, horrible landing. Horrible. I got a smooth landing, but I was way off center.
Oh, it is, mate. When I said about coming sideways, you do it coming sideways until you land it, till you put that.
I was fighting it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. Yeah, look at that windsock just standing out there.
Yeah.
That thing is completely erect, we'd call it. All right, where's the taxiway to get off this joint? Fuel pumps off. Strobe. And we'll announce here in a minute. Oh, definitely. What's going on here? We got some crazy water scenario. Holy, I might have to look into that. It's like some water right here. I think there is in real life. There's a bunch of water around, but my water is actually sticking up. Oh man. All right, I'm clear of runway.
Sierra Charlie traffic. November 822 Juliet.
And it's
Hotel is clear for runway.
almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, and it is definitely getting dark. You know, like getting dusk, rather, you can tell. So I think what's happening, the more I look at this water, is it's mistakenly putting 3D waves in here. Oh my god, part of the airport is underwater? I'm gonna have to look into that on the scenery. Yeah, the waves are actually not in the right place. Part of the airport is flooded. And they did a really good job on this airport. I mean, it looks really well, but That's a little bit of a kicker there for me. I'm gonna pull right up to the office here. Because if I spawn in at this airport and it puts me in a puddle, it's gonna total my aircraft. And here's the office, so we'll pull in there. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. And we can go ahead and shut it down right there. Holy buckets. How long did that flight take us? 4 hours? 3 hours?
Yeah, 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
And for
Not too bad.
And for 3 hours and 15, maybe 20 minutes, we was in clouds.
Yeah, most of it was in clouds. But we can go in here, we can hit the everything off. Yeah, that was definitely a windy landing, but any landing they say you walk away from is a good landing. And I actually got a smooth one from Air Holiday. They said it was a smooth landing. Did not like the placement on the runway. I kind of was a little bit off there, but my feet were busy, and I mean it was good. It was fun. I got to kick my door open here, let some fresh air in. It's actually quite chilly here, so the outside temperature is 30 degrees on, what is it, September the 29th? 30 degrees Fahrenheit, -1 Celsius, so it's already freezing up here. Well, that'll be it, folks. We made her all the way to the top of America. I'll probably be checking out a couple of airports up here. I don't know. I've got that water glitch. I'll see if I can fix that. Otherwise, I may not choose this airport for the Northern Alaska base. But we'll be doing a lot of hauling out of here as well. And it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be quite a challenge. It's got very challenging weather, especially if we visit up here in the middle of January. I want to remind everybody of all the flying that we do every week over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GunninGamerz. Come join us over there. We'd love to get to know you over on our Discord as well, and TeamSpeak. We've got a great flying community. We're getting big into our air hauler adventures, and we'd love to have you join us and come along for the ride. With that being said, make sure you leave a comment down below and hit that like button on your way out. Until next time, take care.